Fiction go elsewhere, viewers. So let me begin. Hard fact 1. Muslims have overwhelmingly voted for India bloc in 2024 Lok Sabha polls as per the Lokniti CSDS poll survey. You can see the pictures. NDA got 10% of the Muslim votes while India bloc got 65%. In Uttar Pradesh, NDA got 2% Muslim votes while India bloc got 92% of the votes. Complete polarization, viewers. Karnataka, the NDA got 8% of the Muslim votes while India bloc got 92%. Bihar, 12% of the Muslim votes went to NDA, while India bloc got 87% votes. And in Bihar, you see a greater percentage because, viewers, the JDU and other alliance partners got most of those. In Madhya Pradesh, NDA got 6% Muslim votes, while India bloc got 86.2% of the vote. So, viewers, clearly, bloc voting is happening. Hard fact 2. Voting pattern in 15 Muslim community-dominated seats over the last 3 Lok Sabha elections. So we are talking about 2014, 2019 and 2024 show that only in 4 constituencies out of these 15, a non-Muslim candidate has been elected at least once. So viewers, in just 4 of these constituencies, of the 15, viewers, where elections were held 3 times. 3 times, viewers. Naturally, 2014, 2019, 2024, only once has a non-Muslim won. Let's look at another hard fact. Here's another confirmation of this bloc voting trend. The data tells us that Muslims voted overwhelmingly for Muslims, and they did this with single-minded focus in the 2024 Lok Sabha elections. 22 of 24 Muslim MPs won from Muslim-dominated constituencies. Here's hard fact 4. In fact, the hard facts tell us that Muslims don't vote for BJP even when they receive benefits under schemes rolled out by BJP governments. BJP failed to win even one vote, not even one vote, in a UP village with 100% Muslim voters despite 532 homes allocated to the villagers under PM Awas Yojana, viewers. It's a shocking statistic, and it tells you that clearly one community has decided not even one vote, even when they're getting benefits, will go to the BJP. Hard fact 5. It was said that one of the reasons that Muslims don't vote for the Saffron Party could be because the BJP doesn't hand out tickets to Muslims. But even this has been disproved by the facts. BJP fielded 15 Muslim candidates across 3 Lok Sabha polls beginning 2014. And also, it fielded Muslim candidates in the 2018 Rajasthan Assembly poll. But all have lost. Hard fact 6. The BJP isn't the only party to have raised a red flag over tactical voting by Muslims. The Congress senior politician Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary, on your screens, accused the TMC of also goading Muslims to vote expressly along community lines. He accused TMC of telling their candidate Yusuf Pathan to ask minorities to, quote, vote for Bhai, unquote, not Dada. Hard fact 7. The BJP came to suspect bloc voting, particularly after Congress leader Salman Khurshid's niece used the term, quote, vote jihad, unquote, asking minorities to punish Sanghis. SP leader Maria Alam said, and I quote, together, do vote jihad with intelligence, without being sentimental, and with silence. As we can only do vote jihad to drive away this Sanghi government, it is time to join hands, otherwise this Sanghi government will succeed in wiping out our existence, unquote. While vote jihad is a loaded derogatory term and shouldn't be used loosely or as a matter of fact at all, the Muslim community has not been discriminated against by BJP governments at the center or state level. And here, viewers, is very important. It's not as if the BJP is discriminating so the Muslims don't think they need to vote for somebody who's not taking care of them. In fact, the opposite is true. When it comes to providing housing, 31% homes under PM Awas Yojana in 25 minority-dominated areas. This is more than the percentage of Muslims who ordinarily should be receiving these homes. Bank account access, 74% to 93% in a period, viewers, of 5 years. Largest gain among Muslims of bank account access. Toilet facilities crossed 50% target for Sikh and Muslim households, the most among all communities. Voter access, 63% to 68% by 2019-2021 for Muslim households. Scholarships, a 7% rise in grants to minorities between 2014 and 2019. The facts raise some questions. Has the opposition weaponized the Muslim vote for electoral considerations? And if it hasn't, then why haven't opposition party leaders condemned Alam and Ali? Can opposition prove the NDA government's policies have actively discriminated against Muslims? And if it isn't weaponizing demography, can the opposition explain why Rahul Gandhi used the term, quote, jitni abadi utna haq, unquote? And will opposition concede that Rahul's remarks could spark majoritarianism that undermines the inclusive nature of our constitution? Viewers, their fundamental questions, let me ask them. Sanjay Jha joins us. He represents the Congress point of view tonight. And I want to begin by asking you, Mr. Sanjay Jha, and this is an important question, and I want us to be very responsible tonight. I've taken a position. No one, whether it's Alam or it's Fadnavis or anybody, should use the word vote jihad. I think I speak for a large number of Indians on this point. But I want to ask you, has the opposition weaponized the Muslim vote for electoral considerations? And if it hasn't, then why haven't opposition party leaders got up and condemned Mehboob Ali, who 2 days ago said what he said, and I have captured that for you, or even Maria Alam, when she went, you used that specific term, vote jihad, before the 2024 elections. Sanjay Jha.
Okay, Rahul, I need to address the various points that you have raised, and I will do so very quickly. Hard fact number one, Faizabad, the epicenter of Ayodhya, is where the BJP was defeated. Muslim population 22%, Hindu population over 75%. The Hindus of this country, including people like me, are secular, liberal. We live together. We are not like the RSS, VHP and the BJP that plays the politics of divide and rule. No, sir, we don't. And the message of 2024 to Mr. Modi and the BJP and the RSS and the VHP is, you cannot divide India. You cannot polarize India electorally. That party is over. The defeat in Faizabad is a message not just from Uttar Pradesh, but from the people of India to Mr. Narendra Modi's government. The party of hate is over. Point number two, all the data that you have pointed out, Rahul, hard fact number two, tells you that the BJP has polarized this country. That despite the PM Awas Yojana, nobody trusts you anymore, Mr. Modi, because you were silent. Hard fact number three, when Ramesh Bidhuri came in parliament, and in the new parliament, he made the worst, the most vile, cheap, vulgar, repugnant, reprehensible speech against Muslims. And Narendra Modi, India's Prime Minister, did not say a word. Hard fact number four, lynchings have happened in this country. Now, a Hindu boy, Aryan Mishra, was murdered in cold blood in Haryana. You know about that. The spectre of hate unleashed by the BJP is mushrooming into a Frankenstein's monster.
Right.
And the BJP is responsible. Hard fact number five, not a single member of parliament, not a single member of parliament, Rajya Sabha, Lok Sabha, happens to be a Muslim who belongs to the ruling dispensation. And what is the Muslim population in this country? Over 200 million. The BJP can't even find one. Talk about fair representation.
That's actually inaccurate. I've just pointed out that you're wrong on that fact.
My last hard fact number six.
Yeah.
Where was Mr. Modi when the party went and had people in religious congregations talk about a genocide of Muslims in Haridwar, in Jantar Mantar, right under the nose of the government? I did not hear the Prime Minister condemn it. Rahul, truth is that the people of India have made their choice. They will get back the opposition.
Okay.
Because the BJP's politics of hate is coming to an end.
Okay. Viewers, conveniently, the question wasn't answered. A whole bunch of other alternative facts have been placed on the table, some of them wrong, because the BJP has given Muslims tickets, and I've shown you that fact, viewers. All of those candidates lost. all of them, across 3 elections and 1 state election. And it's not just Muslims. Sikhs have been given tickets, Christians have been given tickets, some of them have won, especially in the northeast, viewers. So the BJP is giving representation to minorities. But viewers, there's also another fact, and this needs to be brought out. Sanjay Jha seems to suggest that Muslims are reacting because they feel persecuted, because the BJP is communalizing. Now I want to ask you a question, viewers. There was no RSS or BJP in Kashmir. Was there, viewers? Yet Hindus, the largest ever pogrom in this country after independence took place in Kashmir, viewers. That's because a certain ecosystem constantly plays on Muslim fears. And that's why I asked viewers, Sanjay Jha, a very pointed question. Why didn't, if the Congress, the India bloc think that they are so secular, why didn't they condemn Mehboob Ali, who just 2 days back said that Muslim population is rising as if we were living in pre-independence India, viewers. And we will take revenge. Not one word. Where is Rahul Gandhi who preaches Mohabbat ki dukaan, viewers? He in fact, and Sanjay Jha will never tell you this, he in fact talked about jitni abadi utna haq. That means, viewers, it's a free-for-all. Wherever you're in a majority, you get to exercise your rights. And that is a shocking statement. That is the kind of statement that viewers were used in 1909 by the British to create communal awards in this country. That is Rahul Gandhi's mentality, and we haven't had anyone from the India bloc, etc. At least Tehseen Poonawalla on this show that day had said no, it was wrong. Because if you want to play that game, viewers, you are inciting majoritarianism in this country, which goes against the constitution that Rahul Gandhi holds up and walks around town with. So viewers, that are,
Rahul,
those are the facts. Now 1 second, you had your term. I'll come back to you, no problem.
Okay.
Let's open this up. Let's open this up.
Fair enough.
I want to bring in Abhijit Iyer Mitra. Abhijit Iyer Mitra, fine. We don't want to use words like vote jihad, etc., etc. But can we run away from the questions that I have posed? Can we run away from the fact that if you aren't weaponizing democracy, can the opposition explain why Rahul Gandhi used the term jitni abadi utna haq? I can't understand it. Can you explain to our viewers?
Right from the start, Rahul, all that Rahul Gandhi has done is behave like a pyromaniac. Wherever he goes, whatever fissure he finds, whatever division he finds, he tries to stoke it, exacerbate it, and burn it down in a great fire. He is doing exactly what the British did, which is appropriate because his grandfather told somebody that he was the last British man to rule India, the last Englishman to rule India. So I'm not surprised that the great-grandson turned out this way. Remember, this is a man who has been stoking caste over and over again, knowing that some castes have controlled their fertility rates and some castes have not, subcastes at least, so that this entire thing will become another big issue. It will burn up again. Let's not forget that this man's alliance partner is a man called Udayanidhi in Tamil Nadu, who called all Hindus mosquitoes, Sanatan Dharma to be exterminated. And he's, as of last week, Rahul Gandhi was exchanging all kinds of lovey-dovey messages with him on Twitter, his father on Twitter. Now, tell me one situation where Rahul Gandhi has gone and brought peace and calm. You know, it's a bit rich for a party that gets 21% to say that a party that gets 36% of the vote has lost the confidence of the people. Especially when it got 6 million votes more this time than it got the last time round. This is a bit like the fellow who gets 12% in mathematics, telling the fellow who gets 90% in mathematics, "Arey bhai, tu to buddhu hai." I am waiting. Rahul Gandhi is a man who has led his party to 3 successive defeats. He has no talent. He has no skills. He has no political acumen. And all three of his successive defeats have been the worst defeats of the Congress party ever in its history. Even somebody absolutely without charisma like Kesari was able to get a higher vote share than Rahul Gandhi does with all his abs and weight pumping and pull-ups and judo and karate and kung fu and Krav Maga or whatnot. He won't do Krav Maga because he hates Jews, of course. So he won't do that. But if this is the best that the Congress party can muster up,
Okay.
best of luck to them. I mean, I'm very glad that they feel safe in his hands. I also feel very safe as long as the Congress is in his hands.
Okay. So Sanjay Jha ignored my question, went ahead with his own view. Fine. No crime in that. But Dr. Raman, hopefully you will answer mine. And I want to ask you, if opposition isn't playing Muslim for Muslims, Muslim voters for Muslim candidates, then why did the TMC field a Gujarati Yusuf Pathan against the sitting Congress candidate Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary in the 2024 Lok Sabha elections, sir? What was the logic here? Especially when the TMC attacked Shah and Modi for being outsiders because they were Gujaratis in Bengal. But still, they brought a Gujarati, Yusuf Pathan, to stand against an individual called Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary, who had been 5-time winner from this particular constituency. The only reason they brought him was because he was a Muslim, sir. Would you deny this tonight?
Rahul, I would deny it because I think
Wow.
West Bengal, to the best of my knowledge, has more than a few Muslims, potential TMC candidates. Who
So they couldn't
Mamata
find a
Banerjee
Muslim
could
amongst
have
them.
chosen.
They had to
They
bring
could
an
have chosen.
outsider, as the TMC
No,
calls
your
it.
argument.
No, hang on. Was it my argument, sir? No, one second. It's not my argument at all. It is Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary's argument, not mine. Please.
One second.
I don't have that many brains.
No, 1 minute. Should Mamata Banerjee have brought somebody from Gujarat is a questionable decision. But to say that
No, what do you mean questionable? Why? India is not open for everybody.
No.
What is questionable, sir, is that she found a Muslim. That was the super. That was the quality. Don't try to today paper over it, Dr. Raman. That was the fact. She could have found any Joe Bro.
She could have found a Muslim locally.
But
Why
she
did
didn't.
choose Yusuf Pathan?
But she didn't.
That's
Why?
what my
Why
point
didn't
is.
she? So either she was lying about the outsider phenomena, or she is lying about the fact that
Rahul,
she's a truly
let us-
representative. Hang on. Inclusive political party. It can't be everything, or it could be everything.
Let us come to the facts now.
It is a fact.
This dialogue of Hindu-Muslim has been conclusively rejected by the people of India in 2024 in the Lok Sabha elections.
Correct.
Why are
Sir, you were
people
making
not
this
waking
point in
up to
2014.
reality?
You were making this point in 2019. The BJP came
The
back.
results.
Who has rejected whom?
Results,
Modi is back in
BJP has
power.
not come back. NDA has come back.
No,
to the
hang
alliance.
on. No, one
Cobbled
second.
together.
Modi is back in
It
power. Is he or
not.
is he not?
The BJP is
No,
not.
I'll tell
on
you,
its
viewers.
own.
Dr.
Why,
Raman,
Rahul?
Dr. Raman,
Rahul,
you
please
played. No, hang on.
understand.
You played
Hindu,
on.
Muslim
One second.
have-
The
if
opposition
use by
played
date
on
is
fears.
over.
They played on
If use
fears
by date
of.
is over.
Okay.
It's like
Okay.
like you're going on and
Right.
showing a black and white film
Right.
in a color film era.
No. It's
Nobody
not
will
over
take it
because
anymore.
people are
It's
constantly
over.
referring to what is actually a
You
very
will
pernicious
see what will happen in
stratagem
Haryana,
for our
what will
democracy.
happen in. It's not about Muslim candidates
Okay.
being put for Muslim
Viewers,
seats.
think
It
about
is
this. If
Jat
it's not about
candidates put for
identity-
Jat seats.
Okay,
It is
fair
about
enough, Dr.
Patel
Raman.
candidates in Patel seats.
Okay.
It is about Khamma candidates in Khamma seat. Reddy
Fair enough.
candidates
Then
in
if
Reddy seats.
it is about that,
Okaliga
if it is about that.
candidates in Okaliga seats.
Okay.
Lingayat candidates in Lingayat seats.
Okay, I'm glad you
Not
talk about
Muslim
Karnataka.
candidates
If you
in
allow me
Muslim
30 seconds. I'm glad you're talking about Karnataka because viewers, Rahul Gandhi has been talking about a caste census. And in that state, the Congress government conducted one, but is sitting on the results. And now, when Siddaramaiah is slipping into a bit of a problem because of an alleged land scam, he's now talking about releasing this caste census. When did he come to power, viewers? Almost 2 years ago. There's been no caste census. So, let's be honest, Mamata Banerjee brought in a Gujarati Muslim, viewers, so that Muslims could vote for Muslims. That is the real thought process here. You can keep denying it, but this is straight from the copybook of the British, viewers. And this is very pernicious because there is an othering that is happening and there is a feeling of separateness that is taking root. Despite the fact that the government has gone out of its way to reach Muslim communities, to give them a huge share, disproportionately large share of the state benefits. Of that, there can be no argument, viewers. No opposition party has been able to name one policy that militates against Muslims exclusively. Not one. Let me bring in Ratan Sharda on this point. Mr. Sharda, what is going on here? First of all, should Fadnavis be using the same language as the communalists in the opposition by using terms like vote jihad? I think that can be done away with. You could make the same point in a different manner.
Using a term which is already known to people is already very popular with the politicians. That is not the point. What is the crux of the argument? I'll give one very interesting example. In South Mumbai, Arvind Sawant, he belongs to UBT now. He won last election on BJP Shiv Sena Alliance in 2019. In 2019, in one particular booth, he got 91 votes. This time, the same Arvind Sawant from same Shiv Sena gets 11,051 votes. In Kolaba, in one particular booth, he had received 0 votes in 2019, and this time he got in that particular booth 611 votes. And not only that, in Vidhan Sabha of Mumbai Devi, this UPT got 5,866 votes, and Shinde Sena got 44 votes. I can give you umpteen examples where just one particular constituency, for example, in Malegaon, just one segment of Vidhan Sabha removed all the positive numbers that they had. In fact, in Northeast itself, BJP was leading by 58,000 votes. In one particular place, the votes went out of where they lost the election. This is the story across Mumbai, across Maharashtra. So let us be honest that voting was done strategically by Muslims in a polarized manner, because there is no time not repeating all the information that I have complete data, as you rightly put it. Now coming to rants of Sanjay Jha, he has done earlier also lynching. In all these 10 years, they have got 4 cases of lynching where they keep on repeating the names. I am listing out the names of 2022. Harsha, Lavanya, Ramalingam, Nikta Tomar, Bharat Yadav, Ankit Saxena, Ankit Sharma, Hina Talreza, Vikas Yadav, Kiran Kumari, Chandan Gupta, Bandhu Prakash, Twinkle Sharma, Rupesh Pandey, Priyanka Reddy, Kamlesh Tiwari, Kishan Bharwad. You want me to repeat 100 names of RSS BJP workers who were killed by these cow smugglers or communists or jihadis? I don't want. But I want to counter this particular vicious propaganda by these people. Thirdly, Hindus, if they want equal rights, they say, why should I have lesser rights than minority? Why can't I handle my temple? Why can't I handle my own institutions? Why I can't teach my religious scriptures or dharmic scriptures in a school? They are communal. But if Muslim says that I want privileges, I want because I'm a minority, I am actually, I did some favor to you by not going to Pakistan, give me Sharia, give me something more than what Constitution gives, then they're secular. When this lady says, vote jihad, please. When this lady says, vote jihad, we are fine. Everybody supported her. No, I was on those debates. Everybody said, kya problem hai? But if he uses the term, the Deputy Chief Minister, you have a problem. And you can say Muslim khatre mein, collect the votes. Vice President ban gaye, सारे जश्न मना लिए 70 साल, बाद में बोलते हैं कि मुस्लिम तो खतरे में. They say Muslim खतरे में, to gather the vote, that is fine. When they say ट्रिपल तलाक नहीं चलेगा, हमारा शरिया पहले आएगा, UCC नहीं चलेगा, शरिया पहले आएगा, that is secular. So this strange kind of behavior. I'll end with Dr. Ambedkar, who said Islam divides inexorably as it binds. Islam is a close cooperation and distinction that it makes between Muslims and non-Muslims is very real and very positive and very alienating distinction. And then he says there is a fraternity which benefits from the confines within that corporation. For those who are outside the corporation, there is nothing but contempt and enmity.
So-
this is Dr.
so-
Ambedkar, on whose name you are.
So
you
what
know,
is
singing songs
constitutional,
every day.
viewers? What is constitutional?
it
Weaponizing
is
Muslims is
good.
constitutional? Is that what Rahul Gandhi and company are telling us?
Rahul.
And no, hang on, Sanjay Jha.
I think it's very good.
One second,
Very
Dr.
good
Raman.
that
One
Mr.
second.
Fadnavis speaks this language.
One second,
I am
Dr. Raman.
saying,
One second.
let him go
Listen,
down
why
that
are you
path. The
why are you
people have
speaking
already
over me?
rejected
I'm
him.
going to
DMK
Mr.
can
Sanjay
speak.
Jha. You're eating up his
DMK
time.
can
I only
speak.
have 1 more minute on this segment. So let him speak,
DMK can
please.
keep on saying destroy Hinduism. That is fine with you.
Yeah. No, it's fine.
Mr.
It's
Raman
okay
is
with them.
fine
They're
with you.
selective in their outrage. We know this. We don't have to go down that route. But one second, Sanjay Jha, I just want to ask you a question. Why did Congress's Lok Sabha candidate Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary accuse the TMC of telling their candidate Yusuf Pathan to ask minorities to vote for Bhai, not Dada? Why do you think he felt the need to say these things, viewers? If Sanjay Jha, the opposition wasn't weaponizing the Muslim community. It's a very simple question to you. Please answer it. I have 30 seconds with you.
Yeah, very quickly. Ratan Sharda needs to be exposed, and I will answer your
There he
question
goes.
in my response to him.
I have 30
Ratan
seconds.
Sharda,
It doesn't matter what he's saying.
Rahul,
Answer
you
my
can
question. I have
expose
30
me.
seconds,
Don't
please.
eat up
These
my
are
time.
facts.
Let
These
me
are
finish.
facts.
Ratan Sharda,
Are these names
there
wrong?
is a message to
Are
you
these names
of
wrong?
the people of
Are these
Maharashtra.
names wrong?
Okay, viewers,
Are these
viewers,
names wrong?
I'm
No,
not
I
going to
think-
allow
I think
for a
it's
Jha
good that
versus
they go down this path.
Sharda contest here. I am the moderator in this particular debate. I asked a very specific question of Mr. Jha. Mr. Jha, twice I've put pointed questions, haven't got a
Can I
response.
answer you
No.
in my own way?
No, please answer.
You can't
Answer
dictate
who
me,
is
man.
weaponizing
Give him time.
no, Muslims
The
and
PGP
undermining
is-
the constitution when
I'm
they
giving
call
you the
upon
answer.
a particular community to vote only for a Bhai and not a Dada.
Well, the answer to that, please read what the Supreme Court said on the bulldozer politics
Oh
of the
God!
RSS.
Hang on, viewers. This is going now down the
Targeting the
bulldozer.
specific
This is we are just
community. That
mixing.
is
We
the
are
message.
mixing issues here deliberately.
That is
We are
the
creating.
message.
Very
Dog's
clever.
breakfast here, viewers. That's what
And
we're doing.
Sharda was
Bring in
lying through
everything,
his teeth.
pack it in with all the
Sharda was lying
extraneous.
through his teeth.
Okay, fine. Sanjay Jha, look, I know that my questions are always
Muslim
sharp
population
and
in
straight,
Maharashtra is
and
only
not everyone is
11%.
equipped to answer them. So
Only
I
11%
understand that, and I
population is
understand your compulsions.
The
The hard
BJP
facts,
policy is
viewers,
failing.
when the hard facts speak, and that's why you watch this show, because the hard facts speak for themselves. It's very difficult to counter a hard fact. Very difficult. So you resort to filibustering, all sorts of other dilatory
Let the
tactics,
viewers decide,
but you
Rahul,
don't
let the
answer the
viewers
question.
decide.
And that is fundamentally the problem, because there is no answer. Viewers, similarly, I'm going to go on to another story where it will be difficult for people to provide answers. There's been a big twist in the alleged land scam in Karnataka that has embroiled the state's chief minister and his extended family. Out of the blue, late last night, at around 10:30, news broke that the chief minister's wife Parvathi offered to surrender 14 sites totaling more than 38,000 square feet allotted to her in an upscale Mysuru locality by the local Land Development Authority, saying her family's reputation was more important to her than any riches. This is what she said, and I quote, "I do not want any wealth, sites or land. My family's dignity is far more important to me. I have not discussed this with my husband, son or any other family member," unquote. The decision to return the land back to MUDA, to the authority, comes amid allegations of nepotism and corruption against Chief Minister Siddaramaiah, who is accused of influencing MUDA to allot 14 sites to his wife instead of 2 60 by 40 feet plots she was entitled to in Mysuru for her 3.2 acre land in Kesare. So she, instead of viewers getting just 2 plots of a certain size, got 14 in a very, very tony part of Mysuru. On September 27, the Lokayukta police filed an FIR against the Chief Minister, Parvathi, her brother BM Mallikarjuna Swamy and 2 others, following a special court's order on a complaint filed by an RTI activist. A few days before that, the High Court had raised serious doubts with respect to the allotment of the sites in favor of the Chief Minister's wife and had concluded the matter required further investigation. This is what the High Court said. how and why the rule was bent in favor of the family of the Chief Minister is what is required to be investigated into. If point 2 does not require investigation, I fail to understand what other case can merit investigation, as the beneficiary is the family of the petitioner and the benefit is by leaps and bounds. It is in fact a windfall. The judge also went on to say it is unheard of for a common man to get these benefits in such quick succession, bending the rule from time to time. It also went on to say, therefore, the law was completely towards prima facie illegality only to favor the wife of the petitioner, as the very allotment of sites as compensation is said to be contrary to the Compensation for Land Acquired Rules 2009 and Incentive Scheme for Voluntary Surrender of Land Rule 1991. It's too bleak a contention meriting any acceptance, albeit prima facie, that the petitioner was not behind every standing just behind the curtain. It is not behind the smoke screen, but behind the curtain even. But will the return of the controversial parcel of land, viewers, restore, as the Chief Minister's wife has said, the reputation of the family? Or, as the BJP says, is it a tacit admission of guilt? On a lighter note, viewers, if giving back totally absolved a person who's taken something illegally, then Gandhis could return assets like Herald House, that YIL or Young India Limited had allegedly, quote, taken over, unquote, from Associated Journals. Malia, Choksi, Nirav Modi could return all the loan they took from banks and walk away. Political parties could return, quote, donations, unquote, taken from electoral bonds. The British could return the Kohinoor, no questions asked. Dawood Ibrahim, Hafiz Saeed, Masood Azhar could turn themselves over to India, no charges pressed. Viewers, merely returning something doesn't mean that you're absolved. Think about it. If this is an admission of guilt, then why was Karnataka Chief Minister demanding crores of compensation from his own government for giving up his wife's land to MUDA? Till the other day he was saying, give me the money. Now he wants to return it. Why, viewers? Because courts are beginning to catch him out, perhaps. I don't know. At least prima facie. Let's ask some questions. Let's open this up. I want to bring in Abhijit Iyer Mitra, and I want also Sanjay Jha to weigh in on this. Sanjay Jha, it's a direct question once again. Is an admission of guilt? Is this an admission of guilt? He had said, and let me remind you, a few years earlier, that why do I need to surrender the land if I haven't done anything wrong? Today his wife is running to surrender the land. Has he done something wrong? These are his words, not mine.
Well, Rahul, very succinctly and quickly. Number one, the decision to make the allotment and the compensatory offer was done with the BJP government in power. So we have to investigate who are the people that the BJP has benefited and why would they do anything for Mr. Siddaramaiah? Point number one. This is the most preposterous part of this entire case. Point number two. As far as the ED and all these charges against Mr. Siddaramaiah, let me quote to you the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court the other day asked the ED, 40 convictions in 10 years after 5,000 cases accounts to 0.8% conviction rate. The Supreme Court mocked the ED, basically telling you, Rahul, this is the old playbook of a very desperate and a sinking BJP. Political vendetta. It's going to go nowhere. Point number three.
But if it is vendetta...
The Supreme Court, my last point, Rahul, my last point. The Supreme Court in several instances over the last few years has overturned a High Court judgment with very strong comments actually, which tells you that there is a long way to go in this case. And I know why the BJP is doing this to Mr. Siddaramaiah. The headline on October 8th is going to be the beginning of the end of the Narendra Modi government at the center, along with the defeat in Jammu and Kashmir and Haryana and Maharashtra in November and probably Delhi in February.
Right.
So I think the BJP has to try every trick in the bag to hold on to something, attack the opposition.
Well, viewers, look, we've been down there also in 2018. In December, the BJP lost 4 Hindi heartland states. And Rahul Gandhi thought he was sweeping. One second. Rahul Gandhi thought that on the corruption issue of Rafale, Chaukidar Chor and company,
Boss,
He was
6 years
sweeping
is
to
a long
power.
time
He
ago.
hasn't even swept to
Look at
power this
Narendra
time,
Modi's
viewers.
brand. It's
He's
gone. It's
woefully
vanished.
short. 1 second. He's woefully
Rahul is
short
on the ascendancy.
and he
There's no
threw the
comparison
corruption
anymore.
kitchen sink. Why are you speaking over me, sir? I never spoke over you.
Sorry. Sorry.
He threw the kitchen sink of corruption at Mr. Modi, calling him a henchman of Adani and Ambani while
He
doing
is.
business with Adani and
He
Ambani
is.
in their own rule states. That's a different matter because somehow they all get very cleaned up. These Adanis and Ambanis, when they invest in Kerala or they invest in Indi states, or when the Rajasthan former chief minister was hoping for a 25,000 crore investment, then they're all squeaky clean. But that's completely different. I don't want to go down that route. Viewers, fundamentally, if a chief minister in the past has said, I don't need to return the land, I haven't done anything wrong. If he has fundamentally said, viewers, that look, as far as I am concerned, there is nothing to hide,
He said that.
then why is he returning all this?
Because he wants to
Abhijit
put an
Iyer
end
Mitra.
to this very vulgar
Why?
game.
What's turned? What's changed?
Well,
The
Rahul, the
40%
good thing
Sarkar of the
basically
BJP
is
just lost
that-
an election.
Let him speak, yeah. Let him speak.
Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry,
The
Abhijit.
good thing is that if a crime is committed, if you reverse the proceeds of the crime, it doesn't make it an uncrime. You see, it still remains a crime. So I don't know what he was trying to achieve then or what he's trying to achieve now. Right? Number one. Number two, we need to remember this is a multi-year crime that has happened. Starting in 2009. This land was apparently taken over by Siddaramaiah's brother-in-law using forged documents. Then, MUDA apparently encroaches on this land, and instead of getting 2 plots in the 50-50 scheme, she's given 14 plots of land. This is after the brother-in-law has gifted it to his sister, that original plot of land that MUDA allegedly encroached on. Then what ends up happening is, not only is 14 plots of land given, the quality of land given is like taking away somebody's property in Dharavi and giving them a bungalow in Malabar Hills. Or to put that in the Delhi context, somebody taking away somebody's flat in Noida or Dwarka and giving them a 3-acre bungalow in Prithviraj Road or Amrita Shergill Marg or APJ Abdul Kalam Marg. Now, all of this being the case, I'm sure Mr. Siddaramaiah is innocent. I'm sure his wife is innocent. I'm sure his brother-in-law is innocent. So why are you so upset about an investigation? I mean, Modi was under investigation, an investigation they started for how many years? Till he was given a clean chit by the Supreme Court. But
So,
they should not be investigating.
what is interesting-
Even investigating a crime. You see,
Abhijit Iyer Mitra, what is interesting
Congress
is-
leaders, Rahul, you need to understand,
Yeah.
are divine. Siddaramaiah is the 10th incarnation of Vishnu. And therefore, investigating him is heresy. It is blasphemy.
Okay, so
All Congress
what is
leaders are the 10th
interesting,
incarnation.
what is interesting, viewers, is the day after the Lokayukta ordered a probe, a local court actually asked the Lokayukta to order a probe, and the Lokayukta then began filing an FIR. The government passes an order barring the CBI from investigating in the case of Karnataka. They just kicked them out. They said, you can't come here. And this is, viewers, the Congress party that talks about federalism and center-state relations and all of that. One unified geography they talk about constantly. And let me tell you and ask you, Sanjay Jha, fine, the ED is a corrupt organization. Then why did the Congress, in the liquor scam, demand, and there are letters that have been written to the authorities from the Home Ministry to the Lieutenant Governor of Delhi, demand an ED probe into the liquor scam against Kejriwal? It is on the basis of a Congress complaint that Kejriwal had to spend so much time in prison. Yes,
Well,
it's a fact.
Rahul, let me answer you. Please do not interrupt me in the interest of a fair conversation.
Yeah.
It is not the Congress. It is the LG who initiated the entire inquiry, and the LG is a puppet of the BJP government.
Yeah.
Point number two, the Karnataka government, the BJP was defeated because it was the most corrupt party in the state's history. It was called the 40% Sarkara. Now they are bitter about Mr. Siddaramaiah. They're trying to attack him. Look at his career record. Never a charge of corruption. Point number three, the biggest and the most corrupt party since independence is the BJP. Demonetization scam to be investigated. Electoral bond, the world saw it. Rafale, no forensic investigation as yet. And Adani Gate, let's not even begin on that issue. I think the truth is going to unfurl in the weeks ahead. Mr. Modi's time as a Prime Minister is coming to an end.
We can indulge in rhetorics. We can indulge in rhetoric. I just want to very quickly, and you can Google this, viewers, look up AIPC Delhi, which is the All India Professional Congress's handle. On the 3rd of June 2022, it said, quote, this is the complaint letter handed over to the Delhi police by DPCC President Anil Chaudhary and other senior Delhi Congress leaders. Kejriwal's fraudulent liquor policy must be reversed immediately, unquote. And that's where, viewers, the matter began. The police started investigating. ED came later. So this is right here. Please have a look, viewers.
That can be another FIR.
This is the AIPC.
That can be another case.
This is.
It was triggered by
please,
the BJP.
please. Oh, come on. I'm showing this. Please Google it, viewers, yourselves. Anyhow, viewers, I always come with the hard facts. This is not your normal prime time, 9 o'clock, you know. Hang on. This is not your. One second. Don't get hysterical. Calm down.
ED's conviction
okay, sir. Calm down.
It's an instrument of.
Calm down. Sir, in corruption cases against politicians, it is done fairly well. I stand corrected. At one time, viewers, I took a larger number, but recently in the 28 FIRs that it is filed, it has achieved a conviction rate of 94%. But anyhow, viewers, I have the facts. You can check them yourselves. The fact of the matter is, viewers, when the shoe is on the other foot, it begins to give delight. When it's on your own foot and it's pinching, then you begin to squeal. By giving back this land, has Siddaramaiah absolved himself? I leave you to ponder that question. But up next, viewers, and let's attack that story straight off. Let's go to it. Let's talk to someone who is extremely clued in. It's a major escalation. Israeli forces have begun, quote, limited, localized and targeted, unquote, ground raids in Lebanon 2 days after it killed the group's chief, Hassan Nasrallah, in an airstrike threatening to worsen the Middle East crisis. The question is, how far does Israel plan to go? Let's talk to the best known IDF TV face who distinguished himself in briefing the world on the Gaza war launched after the deadly Hamas terror attack on October 7th. And I want us viewers to talk to Jonathan Conricus, former IDF spokesperson. Let's go across to him. Mr. Conricus, there are some who say that the diabolical Nasrallah, that this individual who knows no scruples, is infamous, is not a terrorist, but a martyr fighting against Israeli occupation. And therefore, he should not have been killed. It's a war crime. Your response?
As you say, misplaced. Maybe they have had lots of bad information, fake information and propaganda provided to them. Maybe they are not aware of the fact that this man has blood on his hands going as long back as 1992, when he became Secretary General of Hezbollah. He is a man who has directed the abduction and killing of Israeli civilians and soldiers, who has directed rockets towards centers of population in Israel, killing hundreds of Israelis. He is a man who is a designated terrorist by most determined to be a terrorist by most Western and democratic governments, and a man that he spent all of his adult life dreaming about and killing Jews and Westerners and anybody who was his enemy. So in my mind, there's no real doubt that Hassan Nasrallah was one of the worst terrorists that I think Israel has dealt with. I'm very happy and relieved that he is no longer on this earth and he won't be terrorizing anybody else. And I'm also happy that most of his lieutenants and his chain of command is also not going to
so let me ask
around
you, critics, yes, Mr. Jonathan, critics are saying that Israel should not have unnecessarily escalated the war. How do you respond to this?
Well, I think that the unnecessary escalation started on October 7 and on October 8. when Hamas attacked Israel from Gaza on the October 7 and perpetrated the worst massacre of Jews since the Holocaust, killing more than 1,200 Israelis, civilians and soldiers, and abducting 252 into Gaza. And the day after that, Hezbollah joined and followed suit and started to attack Israel from Lebanon. And what we've seen over the last 11 and a half months are relentless attacks at Israel from both Hamas and Hezbollah. So when people speak about escalation, I think they should be aware of what happened before and the fact that on October 6th, Israel wasn't striking anywhere and wasn't attacking anybody. But Israel was attacked on October the 7th, and it is the very basic duty of any government, any military, to protect its civilians and to protect and defend the sovereignty of a country. That is what Israel is doing now. Israel has to defend itself, and defending itself means taking out the leadership of terrorist organizations that are trying to kill Israelis. And important to state, 70,000 Israelis. I know that in Indian numbers that is not a big number, but in Israel it is a big number. 70,000 Israelis have been pushed out of their homes, forced to flee from their homes in northern Israel because of direct rocket missile fire from Lebanon by Hezbollah. And they have been forced out of their homes and living in temporary housing for almost a year. And that's a situation that, of course, the Israeli government has to rectify and to create the conditions on the ground to allow these civilians to go back home.
So what's the end game? Is it going? Are you going to sort of now take the war to Iran, for example, the Ayatollah?
Well, I mean, Israel has already struck Iran once, and I think Israel has proven its capacity to do so. I think that the Iranian regime is aware and wary of Israeli long-range capabilities to strike sensitive targets in Iran. And I actually think that's one of the reasons why Iran has refrained from attacking Israel, even though they said that they would be doing so in order to avenge the elimination of the Hamas senior terrorist Ismail Haniyeh, who was eliminated in Tehran, in the Iranian capital, about a month ago. They vowed to avenge his death, which they blame Israel for, but they have not done so yet. One of the reasons, I believe, is that they are cognizant of the fact that if they do strike Israel again, as they did on April 13th and 14th, there will be severe consequences to deal with, and the infrastructure in Iran will be damaged. So yes, I think Israel has the ability to do so, but Israel should do it in a smart and coordinated way. It should have the support of regional and global powers. The more countries that will support it, the better. Of course, beginning with the United States of America, but other regional players like the Saudis. And of course, it wouldn't hurt to have support from great Asian powers as well, like India. At the end of the day, Iran, the Islamic Republic of Iran, is a destabilizing actor in the region. It spreads violence, instability. They feed off sectarian strife, and they bring nothing but trouble to every area that they go into. There's a path of destruction that follows Iranian footprints, whether it is in Iraq, in Syria, in Lebanon, in Gaza. They're now trying to destabilize Jordan. Wherever they go, destruction and violence and war follows. And I think that Israel really should do more in order to deal with the evil and tyrannical regime of Iran.
Well, Lieutenant Colonel, thank you for speaking with me. It's very, very trying times for that region. Stay safe, and hopefully we can chat again. Thank you very much. Viewers, we leave it to this on the Hard Facts. We're taking a very short break. We're right back.
The search for
Hello, Namaskar. This is First Post and you're watching Vantage with me, Palki Sharma. Israel has begun its ground offensive in Lebanon. They're calling it a limited operation, but it looks like a full-scale attack. We'll bring you the latest from the ground as we also analyze Israel's espionage network to understand how it penetrated enemy ranks and killed the chiefs of Hamas and Hezbollah. Also, how Benjamin Netanyahu remains the proverbial cat with 9 lives. His popularity is soaring at home again, and what Israel can learn from its previous wars with Lebanon. How does India view this conflict? What's our defense against, say, pager attacks? I put these questions to the Army Chief of India today in an exclusive interview. In Russia, they've raised the defense budget to prop up the economy. We'll explain how. In China, they celebrated the National Day today, but there was no big party, just bleak prophecies about the future from Xi Jinping. Same with Nigeria, an Independence Day marred by protests. In California, a new law protects your brain data. As neurotechnology evolves, the whole world needs such laws. And Mount Everest is growing taller. We'll tell you why. All this and more coming up. The headlines first.